Hello and welcome to Midnight Readings. Today we'll be reading Hearts and Hooves Day, written by Bluebird065. I apologise, I'm not feeling the best, so this will probably not be the best reading, but I hope you enjoy. Derby awoke with a small yawn, stretching her limbs as she carefully left her bed, taking care not to wake up her little filly, Dinky. She lazily walked up to a small kitten-filled calendar and cooed at the picture for the month of February. Her eyes worked around the calendar before they hit today. Hearts and Hooves Day. Derby cheered silently and flapped her wings with enjoyment as she tiptoed out of her filly's room. Little did she know that Dinky was not asleep. Dinky jumped out of her bed as if heartwarming Eve had come early. Today, however, her happiness was not important. She stealthily placed some pillows under her blanket and left the room. She entered the hallway and saw her mother dancing a bit as she pulled out a brown paper bag from her cabinets happily. She carefully emptied the contents of the bag on the table in front of her, blocking Dinky's view of the mysterious object. Curiously, she slowly leaned to the right and saw a large muffin with a single unlit candle poked into the center. "Happy birthday to me!" She jumped happily before beginning to munch on her treat. Dinky simply smiled as she crouched through the hallway and out the door, a certain grey Pegasus unable to notice due to her precious, delicious present from Sugar Cube Corner, which was exactly where Dinky was headed. Once at the bakery, she was greeted by a happy pink party pony who was waiting patiently for her client. Dinky quickly darted in and waited for Pinkie Pie, who was looking left and right for anyone who might ruin their plan. Once satisfied, she sniggered, flipped the open sign backwards and closed the door. Once inside, Pinkie led Dinky to her basement, where the crucial part of the plan lay. Dinky gasped excitedly as Pinkie admired her work. It was perfect. Derby frowned a bit as she stuck her head into a brown bag, hoping another muffin had been awaiting her. Instead, there was a small note, which she pulled out carefully. It was a sticky note that simply read, "Meet me at Sugar Cube Corner. See you there, Pinkie Pie." Derby read the note carefully before setting the bag and note down. She walked over to the fridge and received a small sticky note, grabbing a pencil from a drawer and writing her goodbyes. "I've been invited to Sugar Cube Corner for something, hopefully muffins. There is a sandwich with seasoned hay fries, just like you like them, in the fridge. And I have some colouring books and toys in the living room, just in case you get bored. If you need anything, don't hesitate to come and see me. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'll bring you back some cookies. Mommy." Happy with the note, she walked over to the room where Dinky was sleeping. She smiled at her precious filly, sleeping soundly as she placed the note on the door. "I love you," she whispered, before closing the door slowly. She walked over to the door and put on her saddlebags, making sure not to leave her wallet behind, an excited curiosity growing inside her as she walked over. "I think that's everything," Pinkie whispered happily. "Twilight?" Pinkie nudged the unicorn in question. Twilight simply nodded and left the building. Pinkie and Dinky both sat patiently in the shop, their smiles growing wider as they waited for their purple friend to return. Derby hummed softly as she admired the beautiful view of Ponyville, seeing the streets and cafes busy with Hearts and Hooves Day couples walking about. It was nice outside. Pinky, when's Twilight coming back? Rainbow Dash asked impatiently. Pinky walked over to the light switch near the door and flipped it off, engulfing the shop in darkness. Soon. Derpy pondered over what Pinky had wanted her to do at Sugarcube Corner, as she started noticing a few ponies whispering to each other as they gave Derpy quick glances. They began leaving and clearing out of sight of the mare, with their smiling faces flashing as they walked by. Derpy was used to it. It wasn't her fault her eyes weren't under normal circumstances. It was something she couldn't change, and she hated it. She hated when others would point out her flaws, as if they were perfect in every way possible. But hey, she had gotten used to it. But that didn't mean it didn't hurt any less than it did. A small clank was heard as the silhouette of Twilight stood in the doorway. Good, Twilight, get in here! Hurry! Twilight looked back before darting inside, standing by the others in the dark shop. Derpy frowned the whole way there, seeing the once alive city streets devoid of any life apart from the occasional small critter every once in a while. Once she got close, she noticed the darkness of the shop before her, seeing Pinky quickly exit the building and block the door behind her. Why are the lights out? Derpy cocked her head in confusion. Pinky waved her hoof dismissively as she spoke. Just the power's out. Been having it the entire day, she explained, throwing in a slightly nervous smile as a slight knock was heard inside. Oh, well, I guess I'll come back another time. No! Pinky cleared her throat. I mean, no. I still have a super secret order inside for you. Derpy tried poking her head around Pinky's shoulders to see inside, being blocked every time. Well, okay. She smiled slightly. Pinky creaked the small door open, following Derpy inside. Derpy squinted, barely making out the counter before her. I can't see anything. Oh yeah, silly me. Let me fix that. Derpy saw Pinky walking to the light switch. Wait, I thought you said... Click! Surprise! Derpy jumped and fell back, her heart racing. Multicolored balloons fell as confetti fluttered to the room, a large happy birthday sign hanging over her head. An orange mare wearing a ceston lent her a hoof and picked her up. Mighty sorry about that jump. Didn't think it'd scare you like that, she slurred, smiling as her soft emerald eyes shimmered. Before her hooves was Dinky, who smiled widely. Did I surprise you? Did I surprise you? Huh? Did I? Yeah, you nearly surprised me to death, Derpy snickered. Me and Pinky have been planning this for months. We've even got the whole town into it. She grinned. Derpy looked around. Sure doesn't look like the whole town. Pinky sniggered and pointed outside. Outside, silly! She turned around and opened the door, being greeted with a crowd of ponies, all cheering, holding up banners and wishing her a happy birthday. Even the princesses had been part of the crowd. Derpy could do nothing but stare at all the ponies cheering for her. For her, Derpy, the simple male mare of Ponyville. Dinky nudged her and handed her a small present to her. Derpy opened it slowly, pulling out the ribbon and seeing the present inside. It was a simple and small muffin, with words written in frosting. I love you, Mommy. Forever yours, Dinky. Derpy shed a tear as she quickly grabbed her daughter, hugging her tightly. She gave one quick look at the still cheering crowd as she cried happily. I love you too, Dinky, she sniffed. And that was Hearts and Hooves Day, written by Bluebird065. A very different Hearts and Hooves Day reading. A different type of love. This is for all those who may not have a special sun pony, but perhaps do have a pony who's special to them. Be it a brother, sister, mother, daughter. I hope you have a great Hearts and Hooves Day. And I'll see you all next week. Stay brony!